I mean, the city of Jacksonville and its only major pro team could be heating up this morning. Now, millions of dollars in the future of the Jaguars could be at stake. Now, two companies are fighting for the right to operate Everbank Field. SMG has nearly 20 years of experience managing the stadium, and team owner Shad Khan wants them to stay, but the city decided yesterday to back Global Spectrum for the job. That decision came despite the fact that SMG cut their fee from $1.2 million down to $125,000, half of what Global Spectrum is asking for. Global Spectrum is offering to invest $1.5 million as well into improving Everbank Field. Well, the Jaguars released this statement saying, we respect the city's right in the process of selecting a stadium manager. Unless the city and the Jaguars agree, the process has failed with regard to Everbank Field. We will await the mayor's final decision. The contract to operate Everbank Field also includes 6 other venues, including the baseball grounds, the Times Union Center, and just a few other, Prime Osborne as well, the museum. So what does this mean for the future of the Jaguars here in the city? I'm joined this morning by sports attorney John Phillips. All right, lots to get to in this thing, and it just seems rather odd that you go from $1.2 million. This is the first thing that stands out to, oh, we'll do it for $125,000. Why weren't they doing that in the first place?
It's a substantial drop, and this thing has never been out for bid, so that's a part of it. And SMG, which here's their contract. We're not talking about light reading. You know, good
What
grief.
is in that thing?
I think I literally broke my copy of trying to print it.
Jeez.
But it goes through everything from, you know, kids on the field for, you know, like
charity
ball boys
events
and stuff,
okay.
and all of that. So what they've done to lower their price to some extent is include where they get some of the revenue from the vending.
So more of the incentives that they get, which I was reading a lot about this, and with Global Spectrum, you know, they're going to do it for what, $300,000 or something of that nature.
Correct.
But they get the incentives as well. It seems to me, maybe I'm just, you know, I'm not an attorney, but that SMG has a monopoly, had a monopoly on this for such a long period of time. Why not have that open competition, and why would the Jags say we still want SMG?
The Jags, I mean, you got to go back to some extent and look at the history of this whole thing. SMG helped get the Jaguars here through Touchdown Jacksonville. They all sponsored each other from the get-go. And so there's that long-standing relationship, Paul Harden, you know, there's just a lot there. And so now they finally decided to put it up for bid. Well, lo and behold, it helped the city of Jacksonville because it lowered. You know, this isn't an apples and oranges, but it's red apples and green apples is the difference, and it's choosing which one's best for the city of Jacksonville.
I keep hearing the Jaguars are upset, and Shad Khan wants to keep SMG. Are they really upset here? I mean, ultimately, this is going to come down to the mayor's decision.
The mayor stepped on toes here. You know, not only did they do it with Cindy Lacadera in her nasty letter way back, but the city has kept with that progress of, we're going to do it our way, we're going to do it our way. When, you know, with all respect, even Alan Verlander looked at them and said that the SMG contract may be a little bit better. That's a problem when the guru of sports and entertainment is given a little bit of a nod to SMG.
I would say the Global Spectrum, or I say the Professional Services Evaluation Committee were the ones that recommended this. So how's this going to play out?
The Jaguars are right. They're you know, they're at the point where there's a disagreement. You know, it's kind of like a divorce. You forgot to put something in the prenuptial agreement, and now the kids are trying to figure out what to do. And I think the Jaguars are going to win because they're going to last a lot longer than the mayor's administration.
Interesting. Okay. We yet to hear from the mayor on this decision on what's going down. And we did have him on here, and he said, you know, this is fair competition, and so he will be making his decision. So you think SMG will be sticking around?
I think so.
Okay. All right, John Phillips, thank you so much. Want to have you come in, too. We have time real quick just to ask him about you, since you're a sports agent as well. Mojo and his holdout right now. What is going on with this? Is he getting fined every day? He's getting to the point now where I think a lot of people are a little upset. And does the NFL step in here and say, come on, what's going on?
There's not much the NFL can do. I host a show, Courts and Sports, at 6 o'clock tonight, and there's so much going on. I need about a 4-hour show. But it's tough, you know. His agent's advising him, and
who's his agent?
It's Adisa. It's a guy out of Virginia. Okay. Adisa Bakari, I think, is his name. And it was Rashad Jennings' agent. And Rashad actually fired him throughout all this, and so he's advising him to hold out to try to be the top player instead of the 6th player. And I think it was bad advice.
Look what happened with Chris Johnson last year. He got that big contract, and then he didn't step it up as well. So. Just unbelievable. At the time, they gave him a lot of money up front when they renegotiated his contract.
You saw it with Steven Jackson when he got his deal. It happens over and over again. And with the Jaguars wanting to do more of a pass offense, you know, Mojo's numbers are going to go down. provided our offensive line stays
Well,
healthy.
yeah, I think we all, as fans, should be supporting the guy who's there right now working his butt off.
RJ,
right?
RJ 23, baby.
RJ. All right. John, thanks so much for coming in and sharing your thoughts. We want to hear what you have to say about this on the contract that's going on at the stadium. Do you care? Or do you want to talk about Mojo? 996-0453. Send us your comments on Facebook as well. We'll read them there. Fox30Jacks.com. We could talk all day, I think, John.
Now your weather and traffic on the ones.
They can talk about it for 4 hours. I say give John 4 hours. Let's do it.
The radio show is on...
We'll take a little bit of a break.
9:30.
At 9:30, the sports. It's on 6 o'clock tonight?
6 tonight.
6 tonight. Courts and Sports.
Courts and Sports.
Courts and Sports. I like that.
The only thing is you got to do a little bit of weather. Green means go on the clicker.
All right.